Todd is great and he is always baked. Morning sun shining, we can't be late. Coffee brewing, tunes on the go. Knock knock, it's the Todd and Joe Morning Show.
Yeah, Todd and Joe Morning Show. And guess what? We're stoned. You don't want to know how?
You dead, man.
I hear somebody say they need to get high.
Dude, I need to get high. Instead, where can I go?
Oh, I know a place.
And as I showed Mr. Stones that day, this was the magical place to get all of the highest grade cannabis flower, pre-rolls, vaporizers, concentrates, edibles, topicals, accessories, gummies, creams, and so much more. Just take a little trip down to 4656 Onondaga Boulevard, Syracuse, New York, and get some bud from our bud, Joe, at Joe's Buds. Maybe you can be our bud too.
Okay, way to fucking throw me off. That was awesome.
I gotta keep you on your toes, man. If I don't keep you on your
Yes,
toes.
you do. Welcome to the Todd and Joe Morning Show. And right now, oh my. Welcome to the Niche Nerd Bowl 26. Six. Dun, dun, dun. So, I think, as anyone who watches the show, all three of you guys know, Todd is not a huge organized sports person anymore. He dabbles when it's a wintry game and he can see some snow games, and he prefers the Puppy Bowl. Who's your pick for the Puppy Bowl this year, Todd?
I don't know anything. I'm just going to watch a bunch of puppies run around the field thing and be stoned.
I'm going to clip that part and put it on my soundboard, and I'm just going to hit it. And it's just going to be you saying, I don't know anything.
Nope.
So I think last week, was it last week that you made your guess on who's going to win the game? Did you?
Yes. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So
yeah, last week's show was from the archive.
Oh yeah, correct. It was from the vault.
I picked the fucking Seahawks because I'm just not a Patriots fan.
All right, so Seattle Seahawks. The game will be over by the time you watch this, but we're recording on Super Bowl Sunday. It's about noon right now. So Todd's still going with the Seahawks. I'll go the other way. I'll say the Pats. I think Drake May. I think this whole new era of Patriot stuff. I think we're ready. I think we're ready. So I have some Super Bowl themed segments. Todd's got some world records, and we have some Fresca apparently.
It's delicious. I forgot how fucking delicious Fresca is.
So that was like my dad's favorite soda. Like
Dude,
it's not bad. I'm not a soda person.
Oh, see.
Coffee, water,
yeah,
beer.
See, water, it's good for you and, it helps you live. But, man, it tastes like nothing, and that upsets me.
See,
but
ice,
I also
cold water, a little bit splash of lemon. Oh,
yeah. But see,
it's
that's
heavenly.
the thing. It's like, people are like, well, put this in it. I'm like, but all the crap you add to it, unless it's like real fruit, but like all the other shit, it tastes artificial. And then I just have artificial cherry tasting water that makes me not want to drink it even more, because now it tastes worse than when it tastes like nothing. But I'm at least thankful, because the city water in Oneonta fucking smelled and tasted like chlorine half the time. So
you have a lot of layers, Todd. A lot of layers.
I'm like an onion. Just call me Shrek.
The way you just justified drinking soda over water was masterful.
Thanks. Sometimes I'll drink both, so then I get hydration and flavor.
So my next question for you is: you got some news?
Todd News, where the useless news comes first.
Just an FYI, if suddenly I go silent, but you see me like convulsing erratically, it's just because my allergies have been killing me and I've been having crazy sneezing fits lately.
Oh.
So I don't know
So-
what's up and I hate it.
Hey, you guys might get a 911 call this time. Ooh.
All right, so I have 2 odd news and a legit world record. Legit because it's not from that David Rush cock smoking tube steak eating motherfucker. Break my own world record to say I broke a world record. My wife's my sister. Rescuers, including Vermont State Police and the U.S. Coast Guard, came to the assistance of 5 ice skaters, which this would scare the living shit out of me, who became stranded on a drifting ice sheet.
So they were ice skating where they shouldn't have been ice skating.
So authorities said a group of 10 people were ice skating on Lake Champlain on Tuesday when an ice sheet separated from shore, causing 5 of the skaters to become stranded. Now, it is Vermont. You would figure that it's as cold as it's been in New York, that shit in Vermont would be frozen as well.
Right, because it definitely is.
We were a bit surprised it happened so fast. Nick Vanderkloot, who was one of the stranded skaters, told XTV WCAX.
That's kind of funny.
Witnesses quickly identified that something was wrong and called out to the skaters. He said, "Are you guys okay? Do you need to be rescued?" "No, we're just having fun on a floating sheet of ice that we have no way to get back to the shore with." Nah, they don't need to be rescued.
They might.
Maybe
they were conducting a science experiment.
And we said, yeah, it would be good if someone could send a boat. The fact that this conversation had to
even happen, right,
just shows you how dumb society
that's insane.
Multiple rescue crews, including Vermont State Police and the U.S. Coast Guard, responded to the scene. They use inflatable boats and kayaks to ferry the skaters back to shore. It's a very laborsome type exercise, but when they train for this and prepare for this, we do have great outcome where friends and family are joined back together and everyone's safe. Vermont State Police Lieutenant Paul Revlin said. So, but still, hey, it's like if somebody saw the fucking Titanic crash the iceberg and then start to sink and split apart, and somebody's like,
"You need some help?
Need anything?" Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that is, out of that whole thing, that's what blows my mind the most is the conversation that people had during this, what I would call a crisis. Because I don't know about
crisis,
you, but if I was floating on a sheet of ice, I would be freaking the fuck out.
Dude, like, yeah. Like, how are you?
Help?
Right. So I got something kind of relate. I have something that kind of goes adjacent to that. Did you see any of? So the Winter Olympics are going on right now. And hey, you know who Lindsey Vonn is?
I heard something about this. Didn't really see a video, but saw a few articles.
Okay, so Lindsey Vonn, 41-year-old, super hot, super cool. She actually tore her ACL, but like she can still compete with your ACL tour or whatever. It was kind of like, oh wow, like you're awesome, like
you badass.
Yeah, well, 14 seconds into her first run this morning, she hit the first significant jump and over rotated in the air, and she went down hard. You could like hear her screaming. And she's my age. She's same age as me. She's 41. Like, dude, I hope she feels better. That's probably going to be her last Olympic. Like, she's 41 years old. This was her last go at it. And
And I
Yeah.
think people underestimate how hard that shit is because they're like, oh, it's snow. And it's like, yeah, if you're snowboarding or skiing down a mountain of fresh powder and you fall, it's going to be annoying, but it ain't going to hurt because it's whatever. Like those are purposely made for speed. So they're like iced down basically. So you're just landing from
It's like hitting
how
concrete.
yeah, like however many
And
feet you are in the air, like 30 feet, probably 20, 30 feet in the air to just like, so yeah,
it's
you're
like
just
hitting
hitting
concrete,
solid.
100%.
Yeah.
Like,
That's terrible.
But so
And
that you made me think about that with the whole ice skaters thing.
But it also sucks too if like that is what determines the end of her like
She's a legend.
her career, her whatever
right.
it was, instead of her being like, you know what, I'm good. Like, and an injury like that to be like, nah, you should probably stop. Like,
Right.
I mean, hell of a career for sure. So nothing to take away, but so this would also suck too. A system malfunction at a Pennsylvania car wash caused a woman in her car to be trapped inside for nearly an hour. I would just keep washing my car. That shit would be fucking spotless. Felicia Sylvan, who chronicled her experience on TikTok, I think I saw a video of her like beating on the door, said she was at the Waynesboro Waterworks car wash in Waynesboro when the system abruptly shut off and the doors closed while her car was still covered in soap. Oh, okay. That's even worse. Sullivan's video shows her attempting to use the emergency button inside the wash. She finds it also not working. Sullivan said she attempted to knock on the doors and call for help, but she was unable to get anyone's attention. She ended up calling the police and was freed from the car wash by officers and the owner of the business about 45 minutes later. Sullivan said that Sullivan said she and her car were not harmed, and she does not bear any ill will towards the car wash owner, who apologized to her with a stack of gift cards.
Bro, I would just be like, you get free car washes for life. Like,
it's just so funny to be like, everything shut off. Her and her car were not harmed. It's like, well, it's not like it caught on fire and she was trapped in there and she like hid under her car to save her life. It just
Todd, I don't know if you know this, but there's this thing called artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what that car wash was fucking thinking, bro. That car wash might have been one of those pervert car washes that maybe rape and murder people. That's what that car was.
Like the hose just like kind of gets up and starts like,
and like it holds you down with like the spin brush things, and you're just
dude, that's crazy.
You're not going to be a dirty girl anymore.
I feel like there's some weird porn that starts like that.
Well, there's not. What are you doing later?
Watching the puppy bowl. All right. Got a world record, and I really like, no bullshit, I feel like this is what world records should be, because it's more than just being like, oh, look at me, I slapped this remote against my face for a minute and I have the most face slap remote, whatever. A 90-year-old English teacher in Michigan was awarded a Guinness World Record for her 67-year career in the classroom.
Jesus Christ.
Beverly Hannett Price, who teaches English at Detroit County Day School in Beverly Hills, was... What? Okay, none of that made sense. It's in Michigan, and it's Detroit County School in Beverly Hills. Like, what?
So there's a Beverly Hills, Michigan?
Apparently.
Maybe that's why Maybe that's why it's Beverly Hills Cop. Because he's from Detroit.
Yeah, maybe that's also true. She was presented with her Guinness World Record certificate for the longest career as a language teacher, female, Monday at a surprise assembly convened in her honor. Guest speakers of the ceremony included Courtney B. Vance, a former student who went on and became a Tony and Emmy-winning actor.
Yeah, he's from NCIS. I know him.
Yeah. So she really taught me how to write and put wonderful thoughts together. Because of that, we've stayed in touch. Vance told WXYZ TV. Really? WXYZ TV. I mean, I guess I'm jealous of the actual sheer intelligence of that. Hannett Price, who started teaching in 1958, also counts actor
Yo,
Robin
Beverly
Williams. What's that?
Beverly Hills is a suburb of Detroit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
You know what that explains? There's like an ICP album, I think, called like Beverly Kills. So that would also make sense too, since they are from the greater Detroit area. Yeah, so Hannett Price, who started
You
teaching in
juggalo.
1958, also counts actor Robin Williams and former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer among her former pupils. I have
Come
no
on,
plans for
eyes.
I have no plans for retirement. I love the school. I love teaching. 90 years old and still just going.
So she started teaching at 23.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. That's
See,
wild.
that's a real world record in my opinion.
Yeah, like that's
Like,
you earned your shit.
yes.
Like
You didn't
she
sit
could have
there-
retired. She could have retired twice already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So sit there fucking throwing your balls on somebody's face to get a world record.
And she's
like
almost
David Rush.
to like a third. She's almost had 3 careers as a teacher. That's wild.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Big
Yeah,
ups to you, lady.
We have Cockboy Rush over here just slapping each other's dicks around with somebody else and getting world records for it. She's a teacher in Detroit area. Damn.
Yo, like that's what I mean. Like Detroit, like they call it Amityville.
Just makes me want to go.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling a ring a ting a ting a ling a
Ding,
ring a
ding,
ling a ling.
ding, 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 ding. All right, and then so I have to send something quick. Stand by.
Sitting by, is that okay?
That
I
also
really don't want to get up.
send myself a quick email because I sent myself the wrong one.
Shit.
Well, not the wrong one, just it was 2 emails and I didn't realize that.
Did you like my play on names today?
Yes,
I
I
came
did.
up with that one myself.
And like I didn't even have to like help you. Like Todd, you never cease to amaze me with your creativity.
That I used to pay attention to shit like that back in the fucking like 90s when football was still like fun and people just
I still
like,
love it.
killed
I
each
still
other on
love
the
it.
field. But
All right, so I got some Super Bowl facts for you in this Super Bowl super segment. Dun, 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 dun. All
I
right.
get sued.
The first Super Bowl wasn't called the Super Bowl. The
Was it called
first
the
Super
Super
Bowl,
Bong?
no.
Super
In
Bong.
1967, it had the very, very flow off your tongue title of the AFL NFL World Championship game. The name Super Bowl, dude, it came from Commissioner Lamar Hunt, inspired by a toy called the Super Ball that his kids were bouncing around. The first Super Bowl, guess how much tickets were for the first Super Bowl?
$5. Because that would have been pretty expensive back in the day.
$12.
That was close.
And it didn't sell out. Thousands of seats were empty.
Now it's what, like a couple grand, so like regular people can't afford that shit?
Oh, dude, yeah, it's like at least $3-4 for a ticket.
That's so stupid.
So this one I found very, very interesting. So you had the 2 different leagues, so they didn't play each other during the regular season. They each had their own ball design. So when they changed possession, the football changed too. Like it'd be like an NBA Finals today, where like each side had its own size hoop. You know what I mean? That's weird.
That's different.
So, do you know? So, I'm going to assume you know. You know what a safety is,
I
right?
do.
All right. For those of you who don't, safety is when your team has the ball and the defense tackles you in your own end zone. That team gets 2 points and then they get the ball. And we had a Super Bowl that started with a safety. In Super Bowl XLVIII, so that is
20 something.
Yeah, 20. It was when Peyton Manning was with the Broncos.
Okay.
Ball, the snap just went crazy over him. 2 points, instant chaos, and it was the fastest score in Super Bowl history. First play of the game. Before most viewers finished sitting down, the scoreboard had already said 2-0.
That's impressive.
So this was only broken 5 years ago, but up until 5 years ago, no teams had ever played a Super Bowl in their home stadium because that shit's planned years ahead of time and everything. And for decades, it didn't happen. And then in 2021, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were the first. And then the following year, the Los Angeles Rams did it. So, like, it went on for the whole existence of the NFL and then happened back to back. Like, it's wild.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it was like a thing where they're like, all right, this is where the Super Bowl is going to be. But if it's a home team that plays, we have to switch it last minute and go to a different one.
Go to an alternate. That would be wild.
Could you imagine the chaos and fucking like?
Well, because like
Roger Goodell wouldn't fucking have a house anymore. Fucking
dude. Well, if you think about it, they plan like these stadiums plan for years. Yeah. What like they're gonna do for it? It's wild. And Super Bowl XLVIII that was played in New Orleans. You had Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh. You had the 49ers. You had the Ravens. They were playing against each other. And it went dark for 34 minutes. We all didn't know what the hell was going on. They just had a blackout. It was wild. I'm going to ask you, what NFL player has more Super Bowl rings than any other?
Do I get like options here, or do I just have to come up with something that I barely know anything about?
I think just even not knowing barely anything about it, I think the first person that comes to your head will probably be the correct one.
Would it be John Madden?
No. I said player.
Did he play at one point in time?
Yeah, but not Tom Brady. Tom Brady's got the 7. He's got the 7. James Harrison's pick 6 is the longest play possible in an NFL game. He went 100 yards. So what? And dude, watching a linebacker running with that interception, it was like watching a freight train just going down the sideline. This is something I think I knew, but I didn't know. All right. But the halftime performers don't get paid. Did you know that?
Like the artists?
Yeah. Yep. So this is why. The NFL covers all the production costs. They pay for everything. But the performers accept the exposure instead of a performance fee. And I guess like the exposure is so ignored. Like album sales for every single one of them always rise. I'm sure the streams now. Like, I bet you Bad Bunny has made so much fucking money off of this controversy and everything else.
You remember like the Super Bowl that Beyonce did not super long ago? Like, not like in the past like 2 years, but like not super long ago.
Right.
Like, she was paid for that shit.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Pepsi paid her because Pepsi used to do all the Super Bowl shows like that.
Right, but no, right. But Pepsi's sponsoring it. They might pay her on their own. It might be just something for Beyonce.
Yeah, it
was
like
Beyonce.
it was a ridiculous amount of money that they fucking paid for her at the Super Bowl.
So this is saying that Pepsi paid for the halftime show, and that she didn't herself receive a paycheck.
Oh, yeah, I heard other.
Oh, I'm sure there's some stuff going on.
Because she needs money. Cunt.
Right. All right. So my next little segment that I'm going to give you is the top 10 Super Bowl fails. All right. So in number 10, yeah. And so there's a really, really good documentary on, I think it's on Netflix. It's called The Four Falls of Buffalo.
Okay.
And it's about when the Bills had was four consecutive that they lost. And this was one of them. This is when Thurman Thomas lost his helmet on the sideline. They have a whole segment about it. And before the game had even settled in, Bills superstar Thurman Thomas couldn't find his helmet. Not metaphorically, literally. Somewhere in the chaos, his helmet entered witness protection. It was gone. So he missed early plays while staff scrambled like they were looking for car keys before work. And the Bills never kind of got their vibe back. And that's the most expensive lost and found incident in football history.
Where was it? Does it say where they ever found it?
It just got mixed. I think somebody else actually had it on, is what happened. And they just couldn't, like, everything, because everything was just piled on the sideline. It was a blunder. This is actually something that we talked about a minute ago, was the opening snap from another dimension. The Broncos opened the game by snapping the ball into orbit. It flew past Peyton Manning like it had somewhere better to be. And it was a safety. 12 seconds in, Seattle said thank you and never looked back. This was Super Bowl 7. And this is when the Dolphins played, who is this, like the Chiefs maybe? A block kick turned into an interpretive dance. I've seen this video on TikTok. The Dolphins kicker, his name is Garo Yeparimian. His kick got blocked. So the kick got blocked and he covered it and tried to throw it, but instead it looks like he's just like running around and trying to dance around. This I remember, and it was when the Bills played the Cowboys. I believe this was the first time. And Leon Lett strutted to the end zone after picking up a ball, and he was running. He was going to be in the end zone, and he held it out. And then Bills player Don Beebe came running like a heat-seeking missile and slapped it away. No touchdown. And I believe it was that same season when the Dolphins played the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, and Leon Lett, he fucked up a punt return and touched it when he shouldn't. Dolphins picked it up, got a first down. It was great. This one was a very, very recent one. The Atlanta Falcons had a lead at the end of the third quarter against the New England Patriots, 28-3. The game was over. And then Tom Brady staged the greatest comeback ever. And the way the Falcons dealt with their clock management, their play calling, and they unraveled quick. And it was a wild thing to watch. And another very, very recent one was end of the game. The Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. Sounds weird, doesn't it? Sounds familiar, Todd?
Yeah.
And they have 1 yard to win the game. And they have beast mode you have Marshawn Lynch. This is a beast among men. This man runs in open fields and people are sprinting at him and he's tossing them off like flies. He eats his Skittles and he loves it. And instead, you decide you're going to run a screen pass on the 1 yard line and get picked off and lose the fucking Super Bowl. Pete Carroll, you idiot. So, Cam Newton, controversial person he is, he was a great player, and he never got his Super Bowl ring. But instead, he recalls when he did make it to the Super Bowl, and he hesitated on diving on a fumble at a very critical moment. And they kept showing the replay how he waited. They didn't get the fumble. Guess what? It becomes instant social media folklore. This Rex Grossman's pick six avalanche. Chicago's quarterback delivered a throw that felt pre-addressed to the Colts defense. Touchdown the other way. Momentum evaporated like the morning fog. It aged badly in under 5 seconds. It was awful. And then this is... Everybody always wonders why this. But when New England played Philadelphia, they benched Malcolm Butler. They were like top defensive player at the time. And then the Eagles proceeded to score on them like an arcade game. Fans, analysts, ghost hunters, everyone. They still debate this like a historical mystery. And the most famous blunder in NFL history. It was in our lifetime, and I remember. Do you remember it, Todd? Do you remember when the Buffalo Bills had the opportunity to win? It was the only Super Bowl of the 4 that they had the shot. And Scott Norwood, he lines up that potential game-winning kick, and it went wide right. Laces out, Dan! Laces out! That is our number one.
The her.
So, now, Todd, we're going to talk about something you and I both enjoy very, very much.
Yes, Satan? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You sounded like someone else. Yes, Satan.
I just happened to be scrolling through. I just landed on that right as you finished. I was like, that's perfect.
Yes, Satan.
Yes.
Food.
Oh, yeah.
More specifically, Super Bowl food. Okay, Puppy Bowl food, Todd. Do you like Puppy Bowl food?
I don't really.
Are you a good boy, Todd? Do you want your Puppy Bowl food? You should want. You're a good little Todd. You should want. Sorry.
I mean, technically, I eat what people call puppy chow, and I call it fucking Muddy Buddies.
I call it Muddy Buddies.
Yeah. Puppy chow's dumb. Dogs can't eat chocolate. Why the fuck would you call it puppy chow? Idiots.
All right, so we're going to turn this into a little bit, not so much a game, but I'm going to give you a kind of a broad. I'm going to tell you what they're saying is like these top classic Super Bowl foods. And I want you to tell me how you would prepare it if we were having a Super Bowl party. And what would Todd's version of this be? So we're going to call this Baking with Todd.
Okay.
All right. So, Todd, first thing on your menu
Yes.
are chicken wings.
Chicken wings. I'd wing.
How are you making?
Shit.
How are you making your wings?
It's. I would have to do two different ones because like I'm not one for like spicy stuff. My stomach is.
Okay.
I just can't do it. But I know other people like that's some like the point of chicken wings is they want spicy shit. So I would have to do like a split batch, like do like a not like dull, but like like a mild medium kind of like spice.
Okay.
And then have a little bit hotter for those folk that like to tingle their taste buds a little bit with the
Ooh,
spicy spice. But the real question is, Joe, what are the dipping sauces?
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese is true, but there are some people that enjoy that ranch. I know. I'm just telling you.
It's blue cheese. It's blue cheese.
Plus, you got to you got to crisp them up a little bit too. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah, crispy extra sauce. Like, they got to be. Now, what would be your pizza? What pizza are you having there, Todd? What kind?
Ooh, see, I'm a simple man. I'm not. Like, do I like toppings on my pizza? Like, sure, but if you just give me like a good cheese pizza, I'm thrilled with that. But it's got to be like the bottom has to be like thin and crispy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sides have to, not too much. You don't want like massive like crusts that are like too whatever, because they might be too doughy. But like a nice like fluffy crust that's like golden brown on the outside. That is ideal for me. I'm also kind of like light on the sauce. I don't want a ton of sauce on my pizza.
See, like I don't want a lot of sauce. I've actually the other night we had pizza from DeSalvo's in Rome, and they have this garlic pizza with long hots on it, and they like actually add only one of the slices. Only one of the peppers were actually hot. But bro, that thing slapped. That was awesome. All right, so now
the thing is, you have different places try to do different things, and that's where you need to branch out. That's why like breakfast calzones that were delicious.
Now, Todd, what kind of dips are you making? And I'm not saying like oh, I got salsa, oh, I got French onion. No. Like, what kind of dips? Like, because
I'm a
dip guy.
Corn dip that'll make you slap your mama.
I would never slap my mother.
I know, but you know what I mean. Yeah, no, it's a really good, and it's literally just like cream cheese, sour cream, mayo, corn, some chili powder, some like Monterey Jack cheese, like that's like, and then you just pretty much mix it all together and like throw it in like a pan and put more cheese on top and then bake it for a little bit and then use like tortilla chips, and it is fucking bomb diggity.
Maria makes this jalapeno popper dip that is out of this world.
I also enjoy I make like a bread dip, like it's called rye boat, but it's like a corned beef like bread dip. So you like use rye. Well, you're supposed to take like a round loaf of rye bread, like cut out the inside,
like you do with the
dip
dildo
in the middle, and then fucking blah blah. I just make it in a bowl and just get a loaf of bread and cut it up. It's pretty much the same thing without losing half a loaf of bread.
That sounds very yummy.
And dude, it is like stupidly, it's fucking sour cream, equal parts sour cream and mayo and dill, and then corned beef. Like I get just like sliced corned beef from the deli and just cut it up and throw it in there like that. The most important part of all of that literally is the corned beef and the bread. Like you got to get good corned beef, but you have to get like
you gotta get the good rye bread. Oh yeah,
not seeded, none of that seeded shit, but like a nice round loaf. So yes, that's another dip I enjoy. Dips.
So what are your nachos gonna look like? Like tell me layer by layer how these nachos are gonna look.
So because I like to mix up my meat. I would probably I'm a big fan of venison. So like probably do like venison burger and like some sausage, right? Mix those motherfuckers together. Add some fucking spices in there. Make it all nicey nice. And then I'd probably do like chips, some of that, some cheese sauce, like good cheese sauce, If you want to throw like cut up jalapenos on top, not a ton, just a little bit, just sprinkle, nothing crazy. If you really want to go, ballistic with it, be that guy, you could do like double layer, but it's a big old fucking thing of just like that. Like I said, I like to have that different meat flavor. Giggity.
Yeah. I like using chorizo into my hamburger meat when I do.
Yes. So that's my nachos.
Those are Todd's nachos. So, what kind of sliders am I gonna? Give me the ultimate slider. Give me an ultimate, like Todd. I know you make this incredible barbecue sauce. Like, let's.
So actually, I'll tell you what, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck, son? Really?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, the best slider that I enjoy that I make for shit doesn't require my barbecue sauce at all. I will tell you after I'm done telling you about this what I do with my barbecue sauce, and I think you'll be like, no shit."
Mm-hmm.
This is a ham and cheese slider. So take a thing of King's Hawaiian rolls, and you fucking take the whole thing, slice it, flop it open, and then
King's Hawaiian. If you guys want to.
Yeah,
sponsor
dude,
us. We'd be okay with it.
I will fucking.
Todd will make a different slider every week.
Jesus Christ! Don't tempt me with that shit. I fucking will.
We'll eat them live on air.
So cut it in half, and then on the bottom it's like a mayo sour cream mixture, and you kind of put that down, and then you either take sliced ham, or when we did it for the Royal Rumble, before that we had done pulled ham.
Ooh.
So we took the pulled ham and put that down, and then Swiss cheese on top.
See, I don't like Swiss cheese.
You can't even tell.
Okay.
Because then you put the roll back on top,
right?
Like the top part, and then on top of that, you take melted butter and onion powder and poppy seeds.
Go on.
Mix all that together, then pour that over the top of the rolls.
Go on.
And then you throw it in the oven and bake it. And everything, like all the butter that drips down that over the top goes to the bottom, and then when you set it out, the bottom absorbs all that butter and stuff. Between all the whatevers, I'm not a big fan. Like, if somebody gave me a piece of Swiss cheese, was like, eat this, I'd be like, dude, go fuck yourself. Like, no. But if
one of the few cheeses I don't like.
Yeah, if somebody didn't tell me that it was Swiss cheese, I would not have known. Kind of deal. Like, there's just cheese there, but it's not like that. Yeah, Swiss cheese has just this weird texture flavor to me, like by itself.
All right, so we got 2 more menu items. All right, and one of them is, actually, they're both kind of important to me. All right, so the first is, how are you preparing your pigs in a blanket?
So this is what I actually have been doing recently, because I can't find, like, I'm weird. I don't use like the little sausages. So for a while, and I can't find them anymore, so I substitute, but for a while you could find the equivalent, but they were like beef hot dogs, but they were like cocktail weenie sized beef hot dogs. So I would use those in half a crescent roll. Since I can't find those anymore, like I said, I just don't like those sausages. The hamburger, the hot dogs I get from the meat market, I will just cut them up into like quarters and then just roll them.
So they're a little bit bigger. All right,
a little bit bigger.
Okay, yeah. I'm on board this so far.
But I like it. The only thing for me, I'm simple with what I put on mine. Just some mustard.
See, because it's funny. Some people go jelly, some people go mustard, and like jelly barbecue. I've had the spicy mustard. I prefer mustard myself. And so this set the segue into our last thing is, what kind of hot dog are you making me?
It's got to be all beef.
Okay.
I'm just more of an all beef hot dog kind of guy.
Like me personally, I always messed around with Hoffman's and I still do, but when we went to Fenway Park this past year to go watch the Braves and the Red Sox, at first I thought it was because I was drunk, but the hot dog I had there, because like one of my goals besides going to all the stadiums is to also eat a hot dog in every Major League Baseball stadium. Yeah, David Rush, I'm coming for you.
I'll come up with my
I'm
own
coming for you.
crazy world record, you fucker.
So even though I'm sure there's somebody who's already done that, but dude, these hot dogs were like amazing, and we looked them up, and like you can buy them like at Price Chopper, like they're like you can buy them, and they might be all beef. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, these are the best tasting hot dogs ever. So we're gonna say, and I think they are all beef actually. So we're using the Kami hot dogs because now you got me. Now I'm hooked in. Now I'm hooked in.
See, I'm either that. I go between like that or like I'm a fan of Ballpark. I think Ballpark are pretty good hot dogs.
Nathan's, I like Nathan's too.
Nathan's are good too. Like Oscar Mayer.
We're talking about a lot of wieners.
Yeah.
That was a penis.
Not a big. The Oscar Mayer hot dogs really aren't great, so you kind of have to go for like the more kind of pricey, like good brand ones.
Yeah.
But you got to have like, a good ketchup, a good mustard, not just a regular yellow mustard. You got to have like a nice, like spicy brown mustard. Nothing too crazy, nothing like fancy. Like we're not going to fucking do no like Grey Poupon type shit, but like a nice, like, like spicy brown or like ground, like Stone, whatever, fucking
I like
mustard. Got to have a little bit of onions. A little bit of onions. Not a lot of onions. Just a little bit of onions. You don't want, people to fucking come near you and then run away like hell. Just a little bit of onions.
Try to keep the vampires away, bro.
Good relish. If you make your own relish, that's even better. But
good
like, there's some shitty relish out there, and you're just like, that's fucking gross. I can't even relish that. Terrible. Yeah, so that's my hot dog to you.
Okay.
Do you want to know what I do with my barbecue sauce?
Yes.
Late at night when nobody's looking. No, what I'll do is I'll go to our local Italian delicatessen, Roma's, and get a bag of their delicious frozen meatballs that are made in store and are delicious. And then I will proceed to put them in the crock pot frozen. And then I poured like a whole fucking like quart of fucking sauce over them last week for the Royal Rumble. So like, yeah, I pour my barbecue sauce on them and then just let them like cook in that for a few hours in the slow cooker.
That sounds amazing.
It's really good, to be honest with you.
So I wish Todd liked football, so he would have a Super Bowl party now because I want to eat all that food.
Dude, it's funny because I make that shit for pay-per-views. Like that, like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, shit like that. Like I will just make like a shit ton of fucking like appetizers.
That's actually my vacation block is Mania week this year.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I always do that. Like we always like, at least like with Mania, at least one night we do like all like appetizer finger food type things. And then you know what else is really good? Because I just find random shit. If you take a club cracker and you sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on it, and then you take half a slice of bacon and wrap it around it, and then put it on like a sheet tray, and then sprinkle some more Parmesan cheese, and then bake it for like an hour.
Yeah. That sounds amazing.
It is.
How did you make that up?
I found it online.
So you're not original?
No, hell no. No, not at all. Or I'll take somebody's idea and run with it.
That's all I got.
Did you want to talk about quickly?
Yes.
Favorite video games?
Yes. Well, it doesn't have to be quickly. We can just talk about it. So I have played a lot of football games in my life, but there are, for me, I'm trying to think. There's three that, and they're three different franchises, but there's each one there's like a particular one for them. But why don't you go first?
I only really had two. I was
Okay.
never like Madden was okay. I don't know. Like I had fun playing it, but I was never good at it. Like my buddy whooped my ass like all the time. Once in a while, probably for like legitimately, probably for every 20 to 30 of his wins, I'd get like one. But two that I always had the most fun with. One is definitely my top. Tecmo Bowl.
Okay.
I always enjoyed playing Tecmo Bowl back in the day and like Tecmo Super Bowl and NFL Blitz.
So
Because
Blitz was
just
one that
being able to beat the shit out of people after the plays and stuff was just fucking amazing to me. So like that was
yeah.
So those were my two favorites. I had fun playing Madden, but I was terrible at it, and after a while they just got too like technical for me. Like as the games went on, they just kept, I don't know, man, a video game is not real life, so when you try to make it like real life, it just kind of loses a
Right.
lot of whatever to me.
They go from video game to simulator.
Exactly. That's the exact. Yeah.
So I remember with NFL Blitz, I remember my senior year, the first part of the year, the one girl I dated, her brother was younger. He was the same age as my youngest sister. But their like basement was like where like their kids like hung out. And he had like a PlayStation and he had Blitz. I would go over there, I would just hang out with him down in the basement playing NFL Blitz for like hours. And my brother-in-law, Brian, you met him on here, right?
I think so.
I think so too. But he's got an NFL Blitz arcade game, like the actual arcade
Nice.
game.
Hell yeah.
Dude, oh, that's awesome. Tecmo Bowl, like it was fun. NFL Blitz, like Madden for me, Madden '99. I had it on 64, I think, and dude, I played that thing till the death of it. Like, and I play Madden with my kids. I remember in my 20s, we'd have like Madden tournaments at the apartment. We'd have like 3 TVs set up, and like we'd all play. I don't know. I was never the best. I was never the worst.
Yeah.
I remember one year, my buddy Matt and my buddy JJ. This was like before Madden was like you could really play online, but we did our own like NFL draft of all the teams and made our own like team, and we had a league that was just the three of us playing each other for our own championships. Like we had a lot of fun with it. But one game that I feel, and you probably never even heard of this, NFL Street.
I remember the name, but never once even gave it like a thought of like I want to play that. You know what I mean? Like it was just I do remember it as a entity in the video game world, but I don't think I ever really saw like gameplay or played it at all.
So I loved NFL Street. NFL Street.
What systems was it on?
Like PlayStation and Xbox, I think, and GameCube maybe.
Ooh, GameCube.
But it was like the NBA Jam equivalent to NFL. Like
NBA Jam was the shit.
But dude, that's like what this was. Like, and it was just, you know, it took a little bit step further as like because there was like different players. Like I remember like Ricky Williams was in one, Zach Thomas was in one. Those are two Dolphins players that stick out of my head. But like it was like teams of 3, and like you could do like behind the back pass, and like you jump up and like catch it, and like it was that equivalent. It was just that fun, like almost arcade, like you could just play with your boys, where it's not Madden, where it's such a simulator. You know?
I just found a video of it, so I'm like watching that. Dude, like running up a wall and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like what's the page? Maybe you share it to the screen.
Hold on, let me pause it. It's just some random shit on YouTube. Share screen.
Dude, it was fun as fuck. Here we go. Yes.
I don't have the sound on just because might just be music anyway.
I am back on this NFL Street Reborn, turning NFL Street 2 into a brand new game with updated video. You ready? And
commercial. Damn it. I just want to see
I don't know
the game because it looks.
bringing the team back against the LA Rams.
Yeah, this isn't the original gameplay.
In the second half, he was throwing the ball all around the field.
Like, yeah, and it's got like current players. Like Jalen Hurts is the Phillies quarterback right now. Rashid Rice, yeah.
You better not have been singing to you.
Still like the general gist of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And look at the Kansas
But
City Chiefs.
actually,
Wait a minute.
I'll find.
This dude was about to take that thing all the way.
I feel like it was more animated. Like, I don't know.
Maybe it was. I guess that was the first one that came up that I saw. Like when I did videos on.
Yeah, here we go.
That's your man right there.
Yeah, this is actual.
I don't think so. Don't get scared. You can handle it. Just think it's going to be a long day. Yeah, it's game time. I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's just you pick.
You know they can't run, so watch the pass.
Give me the ball. Give the ball. Run that play again. I like that. Sticking down nowhere, baby. Step aside for the man. Open him, open. Give me the ball.
Got lucky on that play.
See, like that I probably I played that over Madden.
Well, that's what I figured. Like when you were saying, like why you like Blitz, this is almost like the in between of Blitz and or almost like the next evolution of Blitz. Yeah. Blitz was like over the top.
There was one they did later on that was terrible, like a fucking NFL Blitz that was like in the 2000s, and it was just bad.
NFL. Also known as Blitz, 1997 arcade game. Let's see, installments. Actually, they did it all the way from 97 to 2012. They had it on 360. They had Blitz the League 2. They had quite a few.
And like those. But it just started to get stupid after a while.
Yeah. They were fun games, though. All right. Well, so Todd thinks that the Seahawks are going to win. I'm saying the Pats are going to win. We will.
We'll see. Tomorrow.
You'll know who was right, who was wrong.
Yeah.
So keep knocking.